I just found out that my girlfriend, F25, has hacked several of my M25 social media accounts. I want to start this with saying that I love my girlfriend and that we have a pretty great relationship. I've never had any complaints about her until now. I've basically felt like I hit the jackpot, being so average myself but being able to attract and keep such a special girl. She's insanely attractive, and if I tried my best I'd be a 7. She's smart and also exceptionally kind. We've been together 6 months, but I've already started making plans to buy a ring. But now, she's gone ahead and done something incredibly odd. I noticed that an odd amount of my emails were going directly to spam on my Gmail account. I tried to look into why, and there was a filter that I didn't put on my Gmail settings. Up until that point, I was puzzled for months and months about how I was missing emails. Generally, things from people came through just fine, but that were automated in any capacity went to my spam folder. It figured Google had accidentally flagged things as spam. But yesterday I googled it and found that you can make things go directly to spam if they're from certain people or contain certain phrases. When I found this filter, it immediately occurred to me that my Gmail had been compromised for some time. I changed all my passwords immediately and it took several hours. I looked under recent activity to see if there were any suspicious sign-ins, and I couldn't find any at bizarre IP addresses. And I couldn't find any off phones or devices signed in. I could immediately sense a change in my girlfriend. She seemed suddenly interested in seeing my phone, but passively so, like asking for my phone to take pictures when hers was within reach. That sort of thing. I got suspicious. I lied to her a little bit. I told her that my Gmail had been hacked and I knew it was her. I acted upset, but I was bluffing. I didn't know it was her. I fully planned to apologize and ask her to help me think of what could have happened. But she confessed fairly easily and I froze up. I asked her how long she's been doing this. She told me that she's done it before we even got together. Apparently she guessed passwords to an old Hotmail account of mine which has served as a backup email for a lot. But that Hotmail account did not have two-factor authentication itself. From there she was able to access several social media accounts and eventually my Gmail. The filter was out into place just in case I received an email confirmation for factor authentication from a website she signed into. She has been on my Twitter, Gmail, Facebook and Instagram, and a few other minor things. I had no idea she would confess to so much without much pressing. She seemed remorseful and cried and told me she knew it was wrong and apologized. I asked her why she did it once she calmed down a bit. She told me that initially, she did it because she was curious about me and had a crush. She followed my social media for a bit and says she felt she was someone she could trust based on the contents. I expected her to say that she wanted to make sure I wasn't cheating because at least I can relate to that. I frankly still haven't processed this. What boggles my mind is that there's no specific reason for it. This doesn't make sense to me. It seems just like morbid curiosity. I know that she has invaded my privacy. I know she's disregarded it. But I also feel like there wasn't malice behind it either. I believe that she was curious and didn't mean harm. I don't even think she used it for anything selfish as far as I can tell. A lot of what she used it for was to learn what my interests were, to have something to say to me. When we were first getting to know each other, she learned about my favorite hockey team and my favorite TV shows. I won't lie, part of me feels flattered at that. I've never had someone care so much about trying to impress me. But it's wrong, isn't it? It's crazy that a person would be so methodological and strategic about this. She could have just asked me about anything. She went out of her way to hide the fact that she was doing it. Hence the filters. I have nothing to hide from her. Part of me feels like no real damage has been done, and that I should make sure she knows it's unacceptable and then put it behind is. But another part is just really confused. More than I've even been in my life. What do I do? TLDR, my girlfriend hacked several of my social media accounts. I feel very weird about this but don't know what to do with the information. If you weren't attracted to her, this would be called stalking. There's something missing with someone who does things like this. What most people would do with this information is be gone. It's a gross violation of privacy and trust, and if this girl weren't so hot, you know you'd be out of there. If you think this is the end of this pattern of behavior, think again, with your brain. You know that she sounds so perfect for you because she does and says all the right things to you? And she knows how to do that because she has read all your private emails and probably texts, so she knows a lot about you. Probably things she's not supposed to know. She can manipulate you very easily because she knows so much. For me, that would be the end of the relationship. Stalking isn't flattering or cute. It's not harmless. And she's clearly tailored her personality to suit yours. That's a violation. I doubt you'll take this on board, because you want to marry the person she's pretended to be. But at least realize this is incredibly serious, and you cannot trust her. This is definitely a major red flag that would leave me feeling very uneasy about who this person really is. Please try to remember that 6 months is actually a very short amount of time. And there may be a lot about her personality that you haven't seen yet. This in and of itself may not be a deal breaker to you. But I urge you not to just sweep it under the rug and immediately forgive and forget. Maybe do some thinking as well. Are there other instances where she's shown a lack of respect for privacy or boundaries? Other voyeuristic tendencies? Other odd behaviors or reasoning that doesn't quite make sense? I think the biggest problem here, among a lot of pretty fucking big problems, is her reaction to you changing your password. She isn't sorry she did it, and obviously it wasn't just to get to know you or whatever excuse she gave because she knows you now. This is super creepy, and she's only sorry she got caught. This is crazy girlfriend stuff, man. At the very least, I advise you not consider marrying her anytime soon. You don't know what she's capable of. To me, someone that does what she's done isn't very sane. She definitely does not respect healthy boundaries in a relationship. This is extremely disturbing. Stalking behavior. It's no different than breaking into your house or reading your diary. Think about Jodi Arias crawling in through the doggy door to watch Travis Alexander from behind his couch when they weren't dating. Then see how you feel. Damage has been done. She has been creepy crawling around in your life for some time without your knowledge. And what is she doing that you have not caught her at yet? I won't lie, part of me feels flattered at that. I've never had someone care so much about trying to impress me. What? No. This isn't flattering. This is sociopathic. Very scary. And is not about how much she likes you. It's about something else. Her need to control you. Her need to have the advantage over you. The thrill of lying. You don't even know her. She's showing you the version of herself that she has tailored to you. This is not the only thing she has lied about. And not the only thing she will. Your entire relationship will be you feeling crazy and wondering what you can trust and what's real. None of it is real. The fact that she confessed like it isn't a big deal is even more troubling. Run. This is a sign of a very unhealthy person. You're thinking with your dick instead of your brain. Stalking is not flattering. She has obviously molded herself to your personality so you'd like her. She hacked your shit before dating. She's nuts. You started dating your stalker essentially, without even knowing she was your stalker. This isn't about you having or not having something to hide from her. This is about your GF having serious mental issues. Because nobody normal does this. This is batshit fucking crazy. But if your privacy isn't important to you and if you don't mind dating a psycho, Don't do anything about it. This is breakup territory, man. This is restraining order level shit. There is no woman hot enough to justify this behavior. Your girlfriend is disturbed, and you're too infatuated to admit it. She stalked you on a whole new level. Most of us would look at a crush's social media as intended from the outside, but she hacked you before you were even dating. So your girlfriend didn't hack you. A stranger did. She learned about you, yes, but perhaps not for the reasons you are assuming. She wanted to assimilate your interests, so she could draw you in. A stranger hacked your accounts to learn about you, so they could forge a relationship with you by feigning interest in the same subjects. Perhaps even adopt your own opinions so you'd have more in common. Reread that as necessary for it to sink in. That is not something to be flattered by. How well you really know this person. She could be faking her personality and interests to keep you interested in her. Aside from the physical attraction, her story isn't very sound. If she was only interested in stalking you at the courtship phase, why is she still interested in getting access to your phone media now? Because that's what she was after when she started acting suspicious when you changed your passwords. I think it would have only been a matter of time before she tried prying into your accounts again. You can't trust this person. She lied by omission every day you were together by not confessing to this gross breach of trust. You don't really know what else she is capable of, but it sounds like you will brush this all under the rug. Because she's hot. Good luck, but don't delude yourself into believing this is an isolated incident. Someone capable of what she's done isn't going to stop. Not for long. And you don't know what else she may do in the future when you relax your guard again. This is terrifying. Don't let your hormones and her looks and your extreme devaluation of yourself as a dateable person cloud the fact that this woman stalked you, lied to you and relentlessly violated your privacy for 6 months with zero provocation. You are in the honeymoon phase and she's being nice. Imagine this level of gross and aggressive stalking when the bloom is off the rose and you piss her off. When Sally from work sends an unsolicited flirty text. When your best friend messages you about a humiliating and private matter and she decides she's tired of you protecting their privacy. This is really creepy. The issue here is that she doesn't seem to respect appropriate boundaries. This probably won't be the first time she does something that crosses lines. You're only lucky she hasn't used the info she stole against you yet. Like access to finances. How did she know you have a backup Hotmail account? Also, a lot of what you're describing really goes above and beyond typical layman understanding of email accounts. What is her background? Do not buy that ring! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Run! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! So in this post, you've been together with your girlfriend for 6 months. In your others, it's 3 months. What is it now? And this here isn't controlling behavior and you kinda easily seem to forgive. But she telling you she is not comfortable with you watching porn is controlling? We've been together 6 months but I've already started making plans to buy a ring. Dude, after this, place a mandatory 2 years before planning this again. And use condoms. And keep them in a safe. Look, I used to be morbid curious on internet. But never ever I considered going inside people accounts. That's crossing the line. How do you know she deleted nothing? Reverse your gender roles for a second. Look at how most people would react. This isn't okay.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.